I know it's been the starting soon screen for like 5 minutes or longer. That's my bad. I'm still loading in. I think I picked one of the biggest worlds that I could have because I've been loading for a while. But we're pretty much good to go. I just need to actually load in. But hi everyone. I guess I can. There we go. I'll keep the music on for another minute or two, and then we'll be live proper. I think we're good. Let me get the actual screen up. That's the wrong one. Why am I off to the side? Hi. I'll change the music as well momentarily. It's just the world's music. But hi. Welcome to here. Oh god, I grabbed the camera. There we go. Let's see if I can remember how to turn down music. Mwahaha, there it is. Wait. What? Oh, it's environment. It's not set as music. I was like, wait, what? But hi, welcome to here. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Hi, everyone. So, I know I just did the podcast like 20 or 30 minutes ago, but, so, whatever, fuck it. We're here now. I thought I'd do another live stream today right after. We're gonna do it on Massive Loop. I'm not sure if we'll stay in this world or if we'll look around, but there's plenty to talk about. And, there are dogs at my feet trying to get my attention. So, if you hear any trips or falls, oh god. I think they're hungry. I fed them a little while ago, but I think he wants more. Gooberton, I love you, buddy. After the stream, I'm gonna immediately give that little bastard a big ol' bowl of food. I just fed him too, but he's like, I want more. So, but welcome to here. We're on Massive Loop, not VR chat. As I said in some of the previous, I don't know if I want to count them as, how do I do finger, anyway. I'm not sure if I'd count them as proper streams. I would say this would be technically the first proper one. At least in terms of not everything fucking up immediately. But I didn't mean to grab the camera. But we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We can talk about some Hapu stuff later. We can talk about some Massive Loop stuff later. And then we can talk about a lot of my bullshit. And there's a lot. Like, a lot. The stream should last about an hour and a half, give or take. Maybe a little bit longer, because I do have to pick up my girlfriend at 6. So we'll see. I think an hour and a half will be good. I know, buddy. I just fed you. You need to calm down. I love you. But anyway, so what we'll talk about, we're going to talk about why we're here. We're going to talk about the FNAF movie. We're going to talk about the Hapus. There's lots of fun things that we can talk about. But first, buddy, I love you. I do. But stop. Ah, no. My vape fell out of my pocket. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I went to pet the dog and my vape broke into 2 pieces. I love that. Good thing I can fix it. But still. Sorry about the puppies if they do make any noise. He's just a fat ass and wants more food. Even though I gave him a fuck ton, he's just fat. But anyway, so we're going to talk about a few things, and I'm going to test something real quick. I did set up the... why am I leaning? Weird. In the camera, I'm leaning. I don't know why. Strange. But there we go. That's better. I forgot what I was saying now. Anyway, the world that we're in is pretty cool. I didn't know what world I wanted to pick to actually like kind of hang out and explore. I was originally going to use their like little stream setup. I might have to feed the dog again real fast. Okay, hold on. I will get you a very tiny amount of food. There you go. Be happy. I think he's growing because I've been feeding him a lot more than normal. Like, yesterday I fed him like, I think it was 5 times total, which normally he eats 3 times and he's happy. So that was a lot. Today looks like it's going to be a similar day where the puppies just want food and a lot of fucking food. It's only him. She's a food whore. My other dog, but he's the only one who whines about it. He's like, give me more food. Let me eat the whole fucking bag, dude. He probably would. If I let him just sitting there, he would probably eat it. But he is a little fatty. But yeah, so anyway, all of that out of the way. Let me open up a few new windows. Also, Steam VR recently had an update. I fucking hate it. I liked how it used to work. It took me a while to figure out where everything was. It was a lot. So anyway, hi everyone. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I don't know how many there are because we're on a lot of platforms. The only one that I have the chat open for right now is YouTube. But if you're talking to me on Twitch or otherwise, I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to see it. You want even more? Dude, no, you're done. He's had too much. He's done. Hapu Foundation and new Hapu from 2021 here. Just checking. Understandable. I can see Twitch chat in like the actual stream itself. You know those little pop-ups that you can see? That's what I can see for the other chats. Normally I have like other chat windows open for like YouTube or Twitch. But yeah, hello. DM me something. Alright. Weird. I might have broke it, but I'll look at it later. It's not exactly a question for this stream. Buddy, I love you, but you need to stop. I love you, but you've had enough. Hey. You don't want to be picked up? Come here. I love you, buddy. But sit on the couch for me. Anyway. But yeah, I'll deal with that later, not right now. Puppies, I love you. Fuck off. So let's talk about stuff. But I guess the puppies keep distracting me. I have a lot of stuff to say, and then he's just over here crying like a little bitch, wanting more food, even though he's had like 3 bowls full of food. Fucking annoying. Nanachi heists and Payday 3 streams? Maybe. I've been thinking about how to do other streams outside of VR. So that's a fair segue, actually. I don't have to do the live streams in Massive Loop. I might be sponsored to do them, but I don't have to actually do them in the platform itself. Only the sponsored videos do I necessarily or actually have to make it in Massive Loop or about Massive Loop. The streams, I could technically stream whatever I want. Is your main content going to be Massive Loop? The main content that's going to be like Nana Blaze is going to be hosted on Massive Loop. So like the majority of VR content is going to be either hosted on or from Massive Loop. But yeah. So live streams don't have to be on Massive Loop. But I've been doing them on Massive Loop or starting to do it on Massive Loop because it's kind of easier for me to segue into things and for me to get like a better vibe of the situation. I'm trying to explain it, but he is being a nuisance. I love you, buddy. Let me explain stuff. I'm gonna put you up, okay? I'm gonna put you up. Actually, no, he'll cry if I put him up, so... One more handful of food. Any more and you're done. That's why he wants in there. He just wants more food. He's getting big. He's getting really big. He's like 4 times the size of when we got him. He is insanely big now. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Hopefully he fucks off and calms down now. Because I don't even know where he's putting away all of this fucking food. He is just munching it down. But, yeah, so we're streaming and recording from Massive Loop Metaverse, the VR platform. Now, we'll go in more detail about that in a little bit, but it's probably weird for some of you looking at me and like, wait a minute, where is he? What platform? Because a lot of VR content isn't, is on VR chat. But it's really nice to be able to come on here, work on my model, and start working on different things unrelated. And it is a really fun and really nice platform to be on, to be fair. It has been a lot of fun hanging out with everyone, and it's been a lot of fun trying to make this stupid fucking model work. But I've been having a really good time with it. So yeah, pretty much the majority of VR related content recorded on Blaze Creek, at least for the next 3 months, is going to be recorded on or in Massive Loop. Now, this model is not finished. This is an older version without the corrected eyes. I sent in portions of the model, the eyes themselves, the shaders, to be looked at and to be made compatible for Massive Loop. Because right now, you guys can't see it, but I can see it. I see 2 of myself. There's no good way to explain it, but it's already been resolved. The reason I'm not in that model right now, and I'm in the older one, is because the SDK's been a bitch trying to convert. Normally, I don't have any issues with it. I've been able to convert plenty of models fine, but this one in particular has so many things on it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I have a lot of scripts running on this model. I have a lot of items, which converting it has been a little difficult, but it's only been this one model. I've got like 20 or 30 others that I did fine, no problem. So yeah, potato, you get this for now. I should have it fixed in a day or so, maybe a little longer. I was working on it today, but I just have to essentially not remake the model, but I need to completely strip it and then just redo it. That's the best way that I'm going to get this version of the model to work because there's just way too much going on. Way too many factors that are built in specific to a different platform. But outside of this model, it's been really easy to convert. I've got a shitload of Unity files that I still need to upload of finished models. So sooner or later, I'll finish them and I'll get a bunch more Hapus and furry avatars onto Massive Loop. One of the things that I really did want to do was expand the avatar selection by a pretty big margin. So sooner or later, I will get more avatars posted onto Massive Loop. That being both Hapu, Abyssal, and furry related, along with a couple other random ones. But I haven't had enough time to finish any of them since right now I'm working on a lot of stuff. But fear not, this model will be updated soon. Well, not gonna lie, the visuals look as good as Neos VR. Is there a Hapu Foundation avatar world? We have our own server, but I haven't published a world for it yet. So I don't know how to explain that without showing you. But I was working on a variation of our main avatar world, basically the updated version, if you will. Why are my hands like this? Hands. Oh, the dogs knocked my base station. Oh yeah, they bonked my base station out of existence. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. My base stations don't know what to do anymore. My hands are broken. The dog has moved me. Let's try to fix this real fast. The dog's messed up my tracking by bonking into one of my things. Apparently now one of my feet is several fucking feet high. What? What? I love full body. Oh, Jesus, dog, no. He moved it again. Am I good? My dog needs to stop fucking moving my goddamn shit. Okay. My arm is fucked up. Why is it fucked up? Did they move another base station? No? They just moved the one base station and it completely borked me. Thank you, dogs. That's very kind of you. I didn't need my right arm anyway. I don't know how to fix that. I genuinely don't know how to resolve whatever I would even call that. It's like my base stations, or rather, it's like my trackers are a mile away now. So, thank you, dogs, for moving my base stations. You've broken me. It's like... It's... I didn't think the base station being moved would be that big of a problem, but to be fair, I never move my base stations anyway, so that's fair. I'm really distracted now because my arm's all fucked up, and I don't know how to fix it. I guess I could turn the controller off and on again. I'll do that real quick. Come on, you got this. You got this, controller. I don't think it's got this. But yeah, basically Goob rammed into one of my base stations and it took my arm out. Better. I work again. We can close all that out. That was funny. Thank you, dogs, for fucking my shit up. But yeah, when it comes to avatar production, I definitely need to spend a little bit more time in Unity because I have a fuckload of avatars for Massive Loop. But yeah, I'll get to them when I can. I'm a little overwhelmed with stuff because I need to start doing sponsored live streams alongside. I'm working on a video for the first for Massive Loop. So I'm kind of doing a lot of stuff at once. That's why I haven't really worked on the Unity side of things too much, because this technically works for right now. But yeah. But outside of doing sponsored streams, I'm going to be taking over the Foundation's media team, which has some implications, but that also means I'll be working on video production on that side as well. So lots of learning, lots of training and experience, which is going to be useful and nice. Just a lot of work. So I'm really excited to actually make my first proper video, which will come out on the first. I've been working out a couple different ideas of how I want to do it. The main one that's kind of been getting more attention than anything else is just kind of like a introduction to Massive Loop, in the sense of like, you know, hey, this is here. These are all the cool things you can do. This and that. I was kind of thinking something along the lines of that as the first video. Something more of like a friendly introduction, kind of like just talking about the platform in general and, you know, what you can do. I feel like that would be a good first, like, I don't know. I feel like that would be a really good first step into the production and into working on the videos, because it's not crazy complicated and you can still get a lot of points across relatively easily, which is why I'm kind of leaning towards that being the first video more than anything else. The other one that I'd thought about was, you know, actually installing, running everything, which they already have a video of how to set up Massive Loop. So that kind of killed that idea. I was going to work on one during the happy hour, use that as a potential source, but my computer kept encountering issues, so I don't know what happened there. But the most likely first video out of the few ideas that I have been working on, it'll probably be more of just a general introduction and overview of Massive Loop. I feel like that'll be the best first step into video production on a more professional level. That way it's not too crazy, not too much, you know, more that I need to do. It would just leave me with a lot more filming and writing, so nothing too crazy. And I feel like I could really do a decent job giving a fairly professional overview and explanation of the platform, but that's my main idea for the first one. I really like the idea, but we're going to have to see on the first which one actually gets made first. Yeah, you got to convince us more about the potential values of playing inside Massive Loop, because we have still no reason to leave ERC, because it's where all of our friends and communities are still hanging out at. Yeah, that's exactly true. You know, having the ability to not necessarily compare to other platforms, but having all of that out there in a very accessible manner, especially coming from somebody like me who's spent tens of thousands of hours on other platforms, I feel like a video like that could be pretty useful, which that's what I've mainly been working on as the first one. The other ideas I've been giving some credence to and working on too, but honestly, I feel like that would be one of the best introductions to a series of videos for Massive Loop. You know, the differences, but not in a bad way, of course. It'd have to be, I don't know how to explain it, but an overview of the platform, all the different things you can do. I don't want to make comparisons because that's not fair and that's kind of stupid, but I'd love to go over, you know, the platform and its functionalities and features, what you can do and what's coming. And yeah, I really think that would be a good and fun way to do it. But I'm not sure. We're just going to have to see which one I eventually settle on, or which one I do settle on for the first, as the majority of production will be coming tomorrow and the day after. So that's when I'm really going to be working on those, on that. But yeah, if you have any suggestions or anything relating to what you'd like to see me make content about on Massive Loop, let me know. You know, ideas like talking about communities and all of that stuff isn't a bad point at all. And it can definitely be portrayed in a way that's not advertising in like the most in your face way, but still shows people, hey, this is here. These are the things you could do. And really, there's a lot you can do. It's fun. All the different features. And oh God, I dropped another vape. It's okay. I caught it. But it's a lot of fun, all the things you can do. And especially with the actual developers hosting, weekly events, it's a lot of fun and it's really cool. There are a lot of things that still have a ways to go, but as an early development, it's really fucking cool. And I'm excited for it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be working on 2 other communities specific to this place. So, and that was before everything, by the way. I was planning on making 2 Hapu related communities for this platform long before I was paid to make anything for it. Because I genuinely really do like Massive Loop. And I do genuinely see a fuckload of potential. But I get to share it now, like properly. I get to express that, which makes me really happy. So again, the first video on the first is probably going to be, doggos, you're okay, is probably going to end up being what I just formerly discussed, as that feels right to me. That feels like the right kind of video as a first. But yeah, I'm just really excited in general. I've been working on my stream overlays, trying to figure out, what I can do, what should be done, what needs to be done, along with working on editing. I've been practicing on the podcasts, but I'm not great. So I got some more work to go. I tried figuring out thumbnails off and on. That's probably my worst area is thumbnails. So I'll probably need to have help with that. But anyway, I was working on a small team for video production, and I still am. That way I can have help in areas that I may not be the best at. Like, say, for instance, thumbnails. I'm not very good at thumbnails. So I'll have help with stuff like that. But yeah. There's a lot here on my list to talk about. Fuck. Oh, we're already almost 40 minutes in. Oh, shit. Another thing. We were going to be live on TikTok, but TikTok said no. I didn't know I could stream to TikTok, but apparently I can from my computer. So I was going to add that to the list of things, of platforms, but they basically told me no. And I don't know why. So eventually, probably next stream, I'll also be live on TikTok, which is a really weird thought because I don't use TikTok and I don't even like TikTok. But hey, why the fuck not, I guess. I could just copy thumbnail. I don't want to copy thumbnails though. I prefer making as original content as possible, but we are kit bashers. Hapus are the fucking king at kit bashing shit together. Oh, I mean the structure. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's see. Let me take a sip of water and then we will go off. I'm watching the, one of the reasons why I haven't really moved too much yet is because I'm watching my computer, the GPU and CPU. The reason you can't stream on TikTok is because you have to have 1,000 followers. Oh, that makes sense. I was like, why can't I do this? They're telling me no. That's fair. I guess I'll have to get 1,000 followers on TikTok before I can stream there. That sucks. That blows. Can I scroll down? No. Oh well. 1,000 is a lot. Yeah, I agree. 1,000 followers is a lot. Especially if the majority of your content is going to be based off of live streams. That's kind of rough, but I get it. It makes sense. Doggos, calm down. Now, it's a little late to do this, but I might as well. So, I'm back, sharing my adventures and making content again, which is kind of weird because I've done it off and on for years, but never seeing it as a job, which is also weird to think about. But I've been off and on making, whether that's YouTube videos or streaming, for almost 8 years now, something like that. So off and on, I've been doing it for a long time. I just never did it at the level that I'm going to be doing it currently, which is really spooky. I'm not going to lie, but I'm really happy with everything. And I'm really happy that I'm going to be able to start doing, multiple live streams a week and, getting videos out. Any unfulfilled Hapu community ideas you held from 2017? A lot. One of the reasons Abyssal Order is going to exist on Massive Loop is because there's a lot of things from Foundation and otherwise that really should exist but don't really work for the main community. So there's a lot of ideas from say 2018 to now. There's a lot of ideas there. There's a lot of shit that I've wanted to work on. And I have literally hundreds of documents worth of fucking lore and otherwise written about the Hapus and the Abyssals. I just never finalized the majority of it or stuck a lot of it together the way that it needed to be. Because I tend to write a fucking shitload and then I keep writing and then more stuff. And then new stuff, and then more stuff. And then I never end up combining everything properly. So stuff never gets released. But there's a fuckload of lore and a fuckload of ideas along with role plays and plans, which will eventually see the light of day. It's just a matter of time, people, and resources. So there's a lot to be seen, or a lot to yet be seen. But yeah, so I guess I'm back to making content, but this time full time as a job. So you're gonna see, weekly streams, multiple. You're gonna see videos coming out every week as well. You're able to post stuff up to 3 minutes long, I believe. So the funny clips, etc. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Stuff like Twitter and TikTok would be really good for short form content, which surprisingly, I have a lot of okay or funny short-term content-esque moments, so it'll be fine there. I'll be good on that department, without a doubt. But for everyone who doesn't know who I am, because some of this is going to be edited at weird times and put onto YouTube, hi, hello. Heyo everybody, my name is Blaze, and I did and do a lot of different stuff. I'm probably most well known for creating and leading the volunteer-based virtual reality community Hapu Foundation, alongside Bissell Poidlease Division and a few others. But, I've tried streaming and making content off and on for years, so I'm known fairly well in some pretty niche and random communities. But that's probably what I'm most well known for, is the Hapu Foundation and the Hapus, which, it's been, I don't even know how many years now, and we're still doing Hapu stuff. We still do events every week. We do events basically every day. We just did the Poicast an hour ago. Hapus are still doing Hapu stuff. We're still out there raiding, converting people, still doing events and hanging out. It's a lot of fun, but it's kind of weird to think about the fact that it's been I've been a Hapu for either since early 2018 or late 2017. So I've been around for a long fucking time. I've been around for too long. But 2019 is when I really started getting into Hapus. like hardcore, starting to really spend a lot of my time doing hop related activities, whether that was raiding or so on and so forth. But eventually, I made my own community, and now we're one of the largest virtual reality roleplay communities, period, which is really cool. Rookie number, I've played Cancol since 2013. That's not fair. Fuck. Listen, Kodakawa, my favorite overlords. Don't sue me. We make no money off of Hapus, for the record. But yeah, I played Cancol a long time ago, but I could never really get into the browser game. It was never really my kind of thing. Same with Azur Lane. I love the concepts of both, but from an actual gameplay perspective, I never really got into it too much. I can't say that I hated the concept, but I prefer strategy games and like FPS or survival. It just wasn't really my kind of genre. Yeah, the MG was rough though. That's fair. Can't even aim at your targets. Those games are cool, but they're just not my general vibe. I love the content and I love this ideas that came from them, just not my kind of gameplay, if you get what I mean. But yeah, we don't make money off the Hapus. Kodakawa, I love you. Don't sue. To be fair, from a legal standpoint, the Hapu Foundation and all the other communities are completely safe. But I still like to joke. Permadeath, fair. What else? That's a long one. Honestly, that's a little long. I don't know if I'll read that one here. So, I guess the next thing, I have a pretty big list of things to talk about. I'm just kind of like trying my damnedest not to because it's a lot. But I said this earlier, but I fucked it. I fucked up my timeline. Never mind. So, on the whole note of streaming and doing a lot of different stuff, around 2 years ago, I was diagnosed as having bipolar disorder and an anxiety disorder, which I've always been like an insanely janky person, but that really makes a lot of sense, all things considered. I was drinking and smoking like a lot. I was smoking like a 1 gram carton a day, no problem. And I was probably going through an ounce in like a week. I'd say that's about right. But you do what you got to do to try to make yourself feel better. And I mean, weed, smoking, drinking, that used to be one of my bigger coping mechanisms. And doing all that stuff as coping mechanisms eventually make you kind of a little incoherent off and on. So during like 2020 and 2021, uh, I made a lot of really shitty or out there choices. Luckily, that period of my life is pretty fucking over. It's been a couple years now. But since late 2021, pretty much all of those problems have been resolved. I still smoke a lot. Like, I still smoke nicotine and weed. I barely drink. But I was pretty janky for a while there. Especially around the beginning of the foundation, I was very janky. But yeah, I I rarely drink anything anymore, and I only really ever smoke weed, smoke nicotine, and occasionally shrooms. So nothing crazy anymore. Life is pretty okay. I don't have to, use substances in that way to cope. I still smoke a shitload of weed to feel decent, but outside of that, everything's really actually a lot better. And a lot of my streaming in the past was very drunk or intoxicated. So that's not how it's going to be anymore. It hasn't been that way since like literally 2 years ago, but for some reason, people still think I'm an alcoholic, even though I'm not. I barely drink anything. So you won't see me drunk on stream. You'll see me smoke, and maybe once in a blue moon, I'll drink something on it, but it's not really cool, man. Coping mechanisms like that are really fucking destructive. Really fucking destructive. Because I've done a lot of, self-destructive things as coping mechanisms. Whether that's like drinking a bottle of fucking Smirnoff in one sitting, or, smoking yourself into oblivion until you pass out. It happens. Those are things that have happened to people and that, occur. I just got a call from my manager. A customer complained about me. Oh no. That's too bad. I only ever got one complaint from a customer, I think. And it wasn't my fault. Her dog shouldn't have eaten the steak. That was her fault. I don't know why that was my fault. Anyway, I've got a lot of very weird stories, but either way, hi, I have bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, or generalized anxiety disorder, I guess, to be more specific. I'm also pretty fucking autistic and ADHD. So, hi, I'm Blaze. Welcome to this fucking channel. Welcome to this live stream. I am a very janky person, and I make and say a lot of very janky things, usually within reason. But the kind of content that can be expected from this channel, along with future live streams, is going to be mostly VR related. Oh god. Doggos. Guys. Why are you barking? Oh, there's people outside the door talking, that's why. Hold on. Buddy. Luna. Hi, baby. Hey, buddy. Who's a good puppy? Hey. They're just people outside. You're okay. You're okay. Luna. They're just people out there. You're okay. The puppies are like, oh my god, they're trying to get in and kill us. It's just some lady going back into her apartment and the dogs are like, what the fuck, oh my god. But yeah, the majority of content you can expect from this channel, along with streams, are going to be either VR based or a video game. VR is going to be one of the main facets of the channel, if not the main aspect of the channel. But of course I want to stream video games and play video games, and sci-fi and books are going to be a pretty big part of it too. I like books a lot. I like sci-fi a lot. And there's plenty of stories and lore that I'd love to either just tell as a story, as a reading, or do a bigger deep dive as, or into. So content-wise, the majority of it's going to be hosted in VR. Whether that's, say, what we're doing right now. Glad to hear you're taking better care of yourself these days, Blaze. Thank you. Babe, this lady was like beating her child in front of me. What the fuck? Anyway, I am proud of you. I'm dead. Those are statements that were probably not sent in quick succession like that, but they both popped up one after the other, which is wild. I'm sorry that you had to witness a mother beating her child. The mall is a wild place. The mall is a very wild place. But yeah, things are good. Things are a lot better now than they were. I'd say, a good 2 years almost since anything crazy, which is great. But I used to party a lot, and I used to do a lot of stupid shit. So, streaming and solo creation is extremely hard. I bet it is. It feels pretty damn hard, and I'm not even doing anything crazy right now. But I'm excited, and I am having a lot of fun figuring it out. But yeah, everything's good in the hood. I'm happy. I'm happy with my living situation. Doggos, you need to calm down. Luna, Goob. Come here. She said I embarrassed her because I made some goofy comment like, oh, he invoked the wrath of fire of the mama. I mean, fair enough. You probably shouldn't be butting into a conversation like that. To be fair, even if the mother was abusing her child in that situation, I feel like no matter what, you're just gonna get your shit kicked in, metaphorically or literally. If she's beating her kid, then mall security time. Fuck off. Like, fuck one off comments. I wouldn't. I couldn't. I'd be so done with someone if I saw them smacking their kid. Fuck. That's one of the few things that probably genuinely pisses me off is parents being any way, shape, or form abusive to their kids. I fucking hate it. It makes me really angry. But anyway, all that aside, everything's good. I'm happy with how everything's been. No major drinking, only a little bit here and there. Not getting drunk. I'm pretty good about how much weed I smoke. I'm pretty bad about how much nicotine I smoke. And I don't do anything too crazy other than that and shrooms. But I'd say everything's pretty good now. I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with my girlfriend and the puppies and everything. But yeah, I'd say it's a good time. And it's been a pretty good time. Let's see. So this is kind of random, but they were trying on shoes. I was right there. I was trying to make the situation lighthearted, but apparently I pissed her off. Fair enough. You know, people who tend to beat their kids are pretty fucking quick to anger, so it makes sense. But we live in the South. I'm not too surprised some crazy ass lady's hurting her kid. But oh well. The state fucking won't do shit about it. I doubt security would do anything about it. Which kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. That really does blow. On a different note, this is gonna sound really weird, but I have a FNAF movie review written out. So I don't know if I want to record that during this live stream or if I want to do it as a separate video. But I was working on a longer one, but it's already the 29th and I saw it like a day before it came out. So I'm kind of running out of time to really make a review on it in a reasonable time. So instead of doing a super detailed breakdown of what I fucking hate about it and what I love about it, just in time for Halloween, I know, right? I decided a more basic version of it would be better instead of trying to tear it to pieces when it was a pretty good movie. But yeah, so I'm going to have a review for the FNAF movie. I don't know if I want to do it in the stream or not. I might. But I'll go on to the topic that I've been wanting to talk about on here for a little while. Where is it? There it is. Hi, puppies. So I quit my job. I was working somewhere. I probably shouldn't say where, but I was working selling phones and phone plans and phone accessories. I quit mid-shift, midday. I left. I told my coworkers, "Hey, I'm gonna quit in about 15 minutes." That's more or less, I more or less just told them, "Hey, I'm quitting in a few minutes. Nothing that you guys did. You know, I like all of you. All of my coworkers were great. They were all amazing people, but I could not handle that job anymore. It was a lot, and I mean that in a few ways. But I felt like I'd never got enough training, which I know that's kind of a weird complaint considering I only had training for a day. I think I had literally 1 day of hands-on training, which is fair. I'm very independent, but I still didn't have certain finer things down, which probably would have helped me bring in more people. But even then, it's like, even with more training, it's so hit or miss. It was such a difficult job in terms of actual expectations. It felt like expectations were really high for no reason. And I'm not even meaning like people were pressing or pushing too hard. The way that it was all set up and organized really felt just as a baseline like the expectations were really high. Whether there's outside influence or internal influence, no matter the situation, it just kind of constantly felt like I had to be doing X, Y, or Z, and I have to be making X amount of sales. And when you're constantly thinking about that all day, it's not great. It's really draining. Like, it felt like the general expectations were too high, both from customers and corporate, but it also felt like the sales expectations were just unreasonable. I can't convince everyone to do everything, especially at one of the shittiest locations, probably in the district. So it's kind of like I can give it my all, and I did, but even if I know everything, it's still like most of the time people are just going to tell me to, fuck off, just politely. Not everybody wants someone constantly or someone with them trying to help them or it felt like they just wanted me to know and do too much by myself because I was alone every day at work. Technically, I was the only employee at I was working a job where I worked side by side with another company, but I wasn't technically coworkers with them. And the company that I did work for, it was just one of us there at any given time. So I was pretty bored and lonely in that regard. And if I had questions, I'd have to call, either text or call my manager, or I'd have to ask one of the other staffers that aren't technically in my job, which was really difficult sometimes. And honestly, it was a lot, and it was really unnecessary. It didn't feel like there were enough guidelines in place or enough people in place to really do it or to really handle it, to really be able to perform in a way that I felt was exceptional or even reasonable. I made a hell of a lot of sales and I made the company a lot of money, but some days you can't get anything. It's just how it is. But it really felt too much like an MLM. It really, really felt like an MLM. I know it's not by technicality, but the way that it's structured, the way that it physically operates, it's a lot like an MLM. Working 10 days in a row was one of my biggest go fuck you, I'm quitting factors. I don't remember how to make a middle finger. That was a lot, man. Working 10 days in a row was too much for me. And then they wanted me to work, 7 days a week, and then they had my schedule reduced. And I'm like, can I just have one set schedule, please? Like, I literally couldn't do anything or make plans because my schedule would be constantly shifting. Am I going to be at this store? Am I going to be at that store? Okay, now I'm at this store. They say I'm going to go to the other store. Oh, no, wait, I'm still at this store. But now I'm here, like, permanently. So now I guess I'm just going to get fired. Like, what? The fuck? They had one person should not work for more than 7 days in a row. That's insane. That is mentally it's a skull fucking from the universe, having to work that many days in a row without a day to just unwind and not be in that headspace of, I gotta make more sales. I gotta fucking, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta remember these things. I gotta learn about this. It was a lot without having really reasonable solutions to get answers. Like, who the fuck wants to be talking to, 3 or 4 customers, and then in the middle of it, you have to call your manager on your fucking cell phone and ask a question because, it's too fucking advanced for you or any of the other employees there that aren't even doing the job, that for some reason know how to do the job. I don't know. It was annoying. The schedule was so chaotic, it pissed me off to an extreme. I had to stop hosting raids, and I was just getting back into hosting raids again. So I had to take myself off the schedule, and I was not online a lot. I wasn't in VR a lot. I basically came home, played games, hung out with my girlfriend, and played with the dogs. It's more or less all I was doing because I was preparing for doing this as a job, and then I'm working that pretty much every day. I'm over here fucking struggling, like literally struggling. It was too much. It was way too much. Like, especially in the standpoint of customers, holy fuck. So there was this one tweaker who came in with a stolen phone. He basically said some dude was in his car and that he just left these things there. It was a bag, a phone, and some other stuff. And he said the dude just bolted out of the car as soon as he got in it. But this guy's homeless. He said he's homeless. So I'm like, okay, you got your car, cool. I guess you could be living in it, but he didn't look like he had anything. And it was really weird. And then he starts going off about, this guy in his car, and apparently he left it all there, and the dude scrammed as soon as he got in. And then he starts going off about how there's fentanyl on his hands. And I'm over here like, oh, fuck. I shook this dude's hand. I picked up the phone. And I'm over here like, oh shit. So I grab antibacterial gel and fucking alcohol, and I don't know. I know that wouldn't do anything, but I'm like, fuck this. Crackhead probably stole the phone. That's what I'm thinking happened, because he was out of it. He was saying some crazy details, and he just left it with us. And I'm like, this isn't our job, but we'll make sure customer service gets it. But this dude's like tweaking the fuck out. And he's just going off about this dude in his car and how he left this phone in this backpack there. It was really fucking strange. And it's hard to tell it in a funny or like big manner because it's just a really weird story. But then there was there were a lot of mentally ill customers that came in, which usually weren't that big of an issue. But, when it's your first 5 minutes on the job and a disabled veteran comes up to you and says that you sold him a bunch of shit and then said that you're married to a coworker that you just met, you're kind of like, is this really where I want to be? like what? This dude's saying that I sold him a bunch of shit and he's getting angry about it. Now he's saying I'm married to some fucking lady I've known for 5 minutes. And then he's going off about me doing this and that and saying that I did that and this. And I'm like, I just got here. I've never been to this Walmart before in my fucking life. But he was chill. He was just very rude and hostile. And then there's like the actual deranged customers, the crackheads. Dude, there were some weird people that would come in to my portion of the store. And I'm sure some of them stole and I just didn't realize it. But sometimes people would be acting fucking wild behind those little, whatever you call those things that section off portions of the floor and then hang stuff on. People were mad. People would straight up just steal whenever they had the chance. And it was normally, either really fucking weird looking homeless crackheads or like the most basic fucking mom you've ever seen. Those are the people that I'd notice would be like really sketchy in general, was your crackheads and your white moms. Which is really weird to say, but it's true. But overall, I mean, customer-wise, the majority of people were really nice and really great. Just the sheer amount of crackheads and mentally unstable people who were not given the proper treatment made the job really hard just on its own. When you're constantly dealing with, fucking drug addicts or people who aren't on their meds, especially after, like, a couple different instances of people saying they have like fentanyl on their hands, you're kind of just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. And it's so true. But I guess one of my biggest complaints would have been the Karens more so than the mentally deranged or tweakers. Mainly because the tweakers were kind of easy to deal with. The deranged customers, you just deflect a lot and you don't really give in. You don't really like buy into the fantasy, but you don't also counter it. You kind of just let it slide off and continue. But with the Karens, man, it was mainly old white women and middle-aged Latinas. They were a daily occurrence. And if I didn't know like some really specific bullshit thing, oh my god, I'd get fucking chewed out. And I'm over here like, I don't even work over there. And I've told you this like 3 times. This is my job. I can't help you. Everybody else is currently not here. I'm sorry. But like that was one thing that happened. The lady wanted some like fancy ass case that we obviously wouldn't have carried. And she's bitching about me and bitching at me about it. And I'm like, we don't have that. Who the fuck carries specialty items at a major retailer like that? And you'd have a lot of people come in really pissy about not being able to find X, Y, or Z, which was really strange to me. Why get pissed off at the employees if you can't find something? Maybe you didn't do the extra effort of seeing, like, one thing that happened a lot was people would look online and they'd be like, oh, so-and-so store has it. We can go pick it up or go grab it. But they never check to see if it's actually in store or at that store. So then they come in and we don't have it and they get all pissed off and angry. And I'm like, did you look and see what it said on the fucking website? Like, what? People would get really pissy about really stupid shit. And I'm at that kind of job, I'm generally very well mannered. I'm still janky and dumb, but it's a job. So you know how to behave. But people would just be so fucking evil and mean for no reason about stupid shit. You don't know where this TV is? Oh, you're fucking stupid. And I'm like, I don't even touch the TVs, dude. I'm not even near them. But stupid shit like that all the time of just like, fucking Karens, man. I hated that shit more than the tweakers. Way fucking more. Tweakers are easy to deal with. Karens are just annoying as fuck. Fair. I'm just going off on a rant about why I quit that job. No, podcast is done. This is personal stream. Yeah. But yeah, outside of the Karens and all the other crazy shit I listened, there were some weird rules about what I could and couldn't do. I'm not going to get into specifics because I don't want to violate any contracts, but that place was really fucking weird in terms of its rules and in terms of how to approach people and how to get sales or bring in customers. It was a very, very weird set of, I guess not guidelines, but how you do things was just weird. But the coworkers were all great. At either locations, I liked all my coworkers. I liked my manager, but I think my manager kind of just existed and didn't really care as long as everything else got done. That's kind of how it felt. But one of the biggest things that made me quit was they fucking made a corporate Discord server, which I had to be in, and I had to start doing hourly sales reporting. So basically every hour I'd report X amount of sales, how many of accessories I sold. And I was not about that. I don't like having to constantly report something to a fucking Discord seen by everyone. It doesn't promote any kind of competition. It's shitty because now you're being silently judged by like 30 or 40 people, which is just fucking not great. It's not amazing. Some days are going to be really shitty. Some days are going to be really good. But some people are also going to be at way better stores than you are. So it's really just a luck of the draw. And I hated the thought of having to share my location or also constantly share sales reports to literally everyone. It's like not just my manager. It's every other employee in the district, including their managers and their supervisors. So now who's coming to get me? I'll probably come and get you. What time are you off at? 6? If you're off at 6, then I'll get you. This live stream, we're only going to have it go for about an hour and a half. That way I can pick you up, but that also means I fulfill my contractual obligation for this stream, assuming I understand it correctly. But I still also have to do the advert itself. But still, I'll be the one who picks you up. But yeah, the Corpo Discord and the fucking hourly sales reporting and like all that shit was a pretty big nail in the coffin. Off the clock work related text messages pissed me off really fucking hard, and I know it probably shouldn't, but if I'm getting a text at night and I'm already clocked out and it's about sales reports and asking me shit like that, that can wait until I go in tomorrow. I don't need to be contacted in the middle of the night being asked questions like that. It comes off really fucking weird, and I really didn't like that. But outside of just the job being weird in general, there were some really fun times. Like, you know, I'm friends with some of my coworkers still, and I really did like a lot of the people there. But, you know, we had moments like homeless Captain Jack Sparrow, who came in and bought a fucking Bluetooth speaker, sat in the Walmart parking lot, and just started fucking, like, blaring his tunes. Fucking... I just see this guy across the way, and I'm going on a break, and he's fucking, like, he's just on one, dude. He's happy as fuck he got his music. I wish I had, like, a picture, because he looked like a literal homeless Captain Jack Sparrow. Looked like Johnny Depp to a pretty good degree. But he was just blasting his fucking tunes in the parking lot. I've never been to America, but I love the people of Walmart. I know, right? I said I wasn't originally going to say anything relating to it, but that slipped out. I'm going to be real. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the situation that I find myself in now. I still need to figure out a lot of the finer details, like how exactly every little piece of this sponsorship works. I'm going to ask a couple more questions later tonight, because I want to make sure that I'm doing it properly. But yeah, we're in Massive Loop right now. We're in Massive Loop Metaverse. That's where this entire stream's been taking place, which I think it's been pretty chill. I've been enjoying it. The background music's nice. The fucking background itself is pretty nice. And there's a lot of things you can see or do on Massive Loop Metaverse. For being a relatively new VR platform, they really do have a lot of fun things you can see and explore. So give it a try. Go to their website. Fuck you. I hear you laughing. I don't know what you're giggling about.
Because you're trying to do your stream, there's just microwave noises in the background.
Fair enough. I'll redo that segment later. Fuck you. This is why people in the background shouldn't exist. I should just get a gravity gun from fucking Gary's mod and go woo, woo, fucking yeet.
Not my fault you decided to do it in the fucking kitchen.
This is literally the only place I can play. I don't have my own bedroom like you do or like she does. I share the bedroom with her. And the fucking only space for a computer she's got in there. Trust me, being in the kitchen is not ideal. Having constant noise or interactions from dogs or people is very difficult. Yeah, it'd be like that. Technically, you weren't employed by Walmart, so you're safe. Yeah, I wasn't working for Walmart. Yeah, Walmart worked for me, motherfucker. Let me scroll down. We talked about that. I guess the next thing would be this. That's pretty long. We'll get you your own office eventually. Fair. But yeah. Where did I put the... Oh, there it is. So the next piece will probably cover the majority of the rest of the stream, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Alrighty, round two, because interruption. So, anyway, hi, we're here. I Blaze. I know I've been streaming for like an hour and a half now, and I don't need to say that. But anyway, the last time I tried to do a little advert, it got kind of interrupted, not gonna lie, which is fine. But we're on Massive Loop Metaverse. It's a VR platform that's pretty new, and there's a lot of fun and cool things that you can do and see and explore, which is one of the reasons we're on it. But the stream, I think I fit all of the. I think technically I fit all of the criteria for it. I've read the contract several times. I'm gonna ask for some clarifying questions later tonight, but this stream should be sponsored by Massive Loop, which I think is going to be really cool when I get some better form production out there. Being able to stream in a more coherent and being able to upload in a more coherent way and schedule, it's going to be a lot of fun. But Massive Loop, it's fucking cool, man. I've been having a really good time going to the hangouts and happy hours with the staff team, and it's been really fun to explore all the different user creations and see the worlds that have been made, see the different avatars that exist. And well, to be fair, I wouldn't be streaming on it if I didn't like the platform a lot, but I think somebody should go check it out, whether it's you, the person watching, or your friend. It's really fun, and you can go to their website, Massive Loop, and fucking make an account, download the game, play the game, come say hi to people. It is a really fun time, and there's a lot of things that you can do and see. Like, for instance, the model I'm in. It might not be finished, but there's a lot of cooler shit out there than just this. There's a lot of fun and cool creations made by both the staff team and individuals, which I think a lot of people would really enjoy. But check out Massive Loop Metaverse. I'm having a lot of fun, and honestly, I think you would too. But anyway, I don't know how many streams I'm going to do a week. Right now, I would like to do 4 a week, but I don't know how many I'm going to end up doing. No matter what, every week we should have at least one video for Foundation and at least one video for my channel. But no matter what, we should have pretty consistent streams. Now, I need water for this next part. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here and to be able to make content, both streaming and YouTube, in a more professional manner. I'm really excited, man. And to be able to say, hey, this stream's sponsored, that's like really fucking crazy to me. That's like really fucking cool. And I'm really excited. So you can expect a lot of fun bullshit on Massive Loop over the next couple of weeks and further. Because I'm going to do a lot of janky shit on here. And y'all should join. Water. So, FNAF movie review. It's nearly 2 hours long, which is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh god, wait. My script isn't downloaded properly. It's cut off. Let's fix that real fast. Oh god. There we go. I'm not gonna say that's better, but I can at least see it now. Hi Spectral. I didn't see your message, but I see you in chat. Oh, that's white text. Oh, that's a lot of white text. Oh, Jesus, Blaze. Why? So, FNAF movie review. It's mostly spoiler-free. I don't think I really spoil anything crazy outside of, like, 2 things, and they're not really big. So, anyway, the movie's 2 hours long, which is a long fucking time. It was very long. I'm not saying that was a bad thing, but I didn't think it was 2 hours long. And it isn't really the same as the original. While being close enough to the original source material that, you know, both new and pre-existing fans should be able to enjoy a majority of the movie, it's not exactly FNAF as we know it, but it still is FNAF. It's just It's hard to explain. It really feels like a reimagined FNAF, like FNAF 1, for a wider audience rather than a combination of like multiple games and characters, which I weirdly feel like was the right thing to do despite established lore. I feel like honestly, the way they reimagined FNAF for the movie turned out pretty well. There really was a lot for pre-existing fans. I think if you like FNAF, you know, you're gonna love this movie. For newer fans, I think there's plenty to keep them fairly entertained. Oh god, dog, you knocked over my base station again. Why are you like this? I guess we're broken again. I hate that. Anyway. I love you dogs. You have to interrupt me knocking over my base station so now my VR's all fucked up. Anyway. I think there's a lot for new and old fans alike. The pacing was really fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie. The direction and pacing throughout the movie was pretty strange. A lot of the time. I felt like there was a lot more that was just cut. But the pacing and direction was just weird at times. It felt really unexpectedly wholesome and like cute as fuck while also being pretty fucking spooky, which to be fair was just unplug my headset. That's mean. One of them stepped on my headset and unplugged it. I love my dogs, but you're assholes. We didn't need the whole family drama segment, honestly. I'm going to try to redo that. But first, I would like to figure out which of these is broken. Like, I'm tilted at an axis, and it's because of the dogs, but I don't know how to fix it. So I'm going to turn off one controller and hope that fixes it. I hate when the dogs fuck with my base stations. I can't exist peacefully. And they turn the TV on. The dogs have turned the TV on. And the Xbox is off. I think we're gonna redo that. Am I broken? I'm a little broken still. They need to stop knocking my base stations over. There we go. I feel like this might honestly be better to do at a different time. But, are they gonna knock my shit over again? They're both on the couch. I think I'm safe. So, let's attempt that again. I know I'm leaning. I can't... I don't know why I'm leaning. The dog knocked the base station over. And now it's just... I'm like this. The dogs have a tendency to knock over my base station, which is starting to get really fucking annoying, and I'm probably going to start putting them in their cages whenever I'm in VR. I know they might whine, but they've knocked over my base station like 5 times this stream, which is getting to be a little much. But, I'll see... From my perspective, I look fine, which is why I can't tell if I'm leaning or not. But FNAF movie review. What great posture. Yeah, fuck you. The movie was nearly 2 hours long, which is just way too fucking long. But at the same time, it wasn't. I don't know. I'm getting kind of pissed off looking at myself in the camera, being tilted. I don't know what happens when they knock into a base station that causes it. But it's really, really annoying. It's like, what did I do, dogs? Will this make it better? I'm just leaning more. I'm dead. What if I angle... Does it look worse? It's one of my trackers. That's why. I'm just gonna yeet the tracker off. Can I turn full body off? Okay, full body is off. I'm no longer leaning. I think. We're gonna try the FNAF review again. The reason I wanted to do it on live stream is so I could also upload it, but oh, if you're off at 6, that means I have 3 minutes to record a 10-minute video. You know, that's not long enough. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna save this for next stream, because I'm gonna have to end it pretty soon. She gets off in 3 minutes, or rather I have to leave in 3 minutes to go pick her up from work. So anyway, as for what else, I've talked about a lot already. I still have a document full of shit to talk about, so I'll probably do another live stream tomorrow, just not in VR. But thanks again to Massive Loop for, you know, helping make this stream possible. And I can't wait to get a little more production into both the overlays and the YouTube videos. So I'm definitely going to be looking at this under DaVinci for a little while and see what I can create, see what little clips I can find. But I've had a lot of fun so far, and I hope everyone who's watching, whether it's on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, I don't know, MySpace, I don't know where you're watching this from, but I appreciate everybody who's tuned in, and you know, I've had a lot of fun. And I'm going to get to talk about a whole lot more tomorrow. But we're probably going to do a live stream of an actual game. But we'll see. Like an actual game that isn't me in VR. If I was playing like Hoi 4, that would take forever. If I was playing like Civ, that would take forever. But you get the point. I want to do other streams outside of just being in VR. While saying that, I do have a lot more that I want to talk about in regards to, well, the social medias, the futures of, you know, this channel, the content I'm making. But I think I've covered enough of everything for one live stream. So look out on the 1st, as I should have my first sponsored video out, not counting this live stream. So, yeah. The 1st should be a pretty cool day. I should have a lot of really cool stuff finished and uploaded by then. So I guess technically the 1st would be a good kickoff point for the YouTube channel, since that's when the majority of content is going to be uploaded anyway. But yeah, all that said, thanks for coming in. Go check out Massive Loop. That's where all of this was recorded and filmed. It worked out really well, and I didn't encounter any issues, which is nice. Outside of the dogs knocking over my base stations and breaking my body. But hey, it can't be perfect. And it's not anybody's fault other than the dogs for breaking my shit. But yeah, next stream we'll have a lot more to talk about still. So tune in tomorrow, probably around 5 p.m., maybe 3 p.m. I'll post it in the Discord. But yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. And all of my social medias are, you know, down there. Or if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be at the end. But thanks everybody for watching and tuning in. Go check out Massive Loop. I want to play with more people. It'll be fun. There's got to be at least one of you janky bastards out there who's going to join me for the next one. So we'll probably do a live stream for the next happy hour and invite some of our staff. I think that'd be really fun. You know, bring some of our staff to meet some of their staff and, you know, really have a good little party and maybe even throw a nice little live stream. But yeah, lots more content on the way. Consider this the first live stream that's like not borked and not fucked. And from this point forward, content should be pretty not common, but I'd like to get at least one video out a week that isn't related to the sponsorship as well. So we should have a lot of videos and a lot of live streams over the next couple of months. We're going to start off a little slow, that way I don't overwhelm myself, since I'm currently working on this project and the Hapus and then the media. So slow baby steps, and then we can expand into something bigger and beautiful. But until then, thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow or on the 1st for my first actual video that isn't a live stream clip. So thanks again for everybody watching, and